I am feeling so extravagant today. This is your morning wake-up call. First, it's the best bananas Foster French toast you have ever put in your mouth. Michael and I cook up a one-eyed sailor, and then I'm baking off a heavenly Hashbrown Casserole. And we're washing it down with a hot Mocha Float. So start brewing that coffee, y'all, because this is your wake-up call. Y'all come on in the kitchen, because this is gonna be really, really good. And I hope fun. My cousin Johnny Gabriel sent me this faux mink. So the fur may be fake, y'all, but this breakfast I'm about to cook, y'all, is not. If you like the dessert bananas Foster, you're gonna love this French toast. I got some nice, wonderful fresh croissants from the bakery, and this is gonna be our toast. All right, let's make up our custard, our dipping sauce that we're gonna dip our toast in. I'm gonna start with 4 eggs, making sure they're all perfect. So far, so good. There we go. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, or more. Gonna whip those eggs. All right, now I'm gonna eyeball about a cup of heavy cream. And this makes it even more decadent than like milk would. But that's all, the recipe is just that easy. All right, now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna take me a little butter. There we go. And now I'm gonna take my croissants and just dunk them down in that cream and cinnamon and into the skillet. You know, when I was a kid, Mama always just used plain white bread. But as I grew older and was exposed to a little bit more, I found that people would make French toast out of all different kinds of breads. And that really does give some excitement to this ageless recipe called French toast. Simple, simple, simple. Now we're just gonna let those brown away. Let's move on down now to the part of the recipe that makes it that yummy bananas Foster. I've got 6 bananas, and I'm just gonna peel our bananas and slice them in half and then quarter them. So those are all ready. All right, look at that French toast, y'all. That's great. Now a little butter in here. Oh, y'all come on in here and look. Look at this. How does that look? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Don't swallow your tongue, Paula. All right. All right, a little butter. Now I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of dark corn syrup. So in that goes. And then the syrup that I just do love, 1 cup of pure maple syrup. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, y'all? All right, in goes about a cup of chopped pecans, and we're gonna let this cook away. And then after we get this going and boiling, we are gonna throw our bananas in there and just coat them in all that wonderful sugar and nuts and syrup. Oh, I'm gonna find a plate to put our French toast on. I'm gonna cut this up a little bit more. Oh, it's starting to boil though. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, let's toss in our bananas. You can see that our syrups and our brown sugar is melting and boiling together. So, all right, a little squirt of rum flavoring. If you don't like rum flavoring, you can use vanilla flavoring. I'm just gonna whisk that around. Let those bananas coat in that beautiful syrup that we've got going on. Just a second, let the bananas just heat up just a little bit. We got our toast sitting up here ready. Makes you almost weak, doesn't it? Ooh, and I can smell the rum peeping out from that sauce. You ready? Yeah. I am feeling like a bad girl today, you know? So good. So decadent. That is so good, y'all. This is your wake-up call. Coming up, my sailor cooks up a one-eyed sailor, and later a casserole with a hash brown twist and a delicious hot mocha float. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show, and if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Hey, y'all, welcome back. That French toast I just ate was so good. But that's only one part of your wake-up call. Michael, come on in. Good morning. How are you? Tell everybody hey out there.
Hey, everybody.
The dish that I want you to oversee, Michael, is a one-eyed sailor. You might know it as Toad in a Hole.
Oh, yeah.
I know for years you made this for your children, but tell everybody else out there how you did it.
Well, you just take a piece of bread, you find your cookie cutter large enough for the egg to fit in, and then you just cut a hole out, and you put it in a pan with butter and olive oil, and put your egg right in the middle, and fry it and flip it.
And it's perfectly yummy,
Perfect.
and the children love it. All right, now hold that piece of bread up there. Look at me through. Oh, we got a one-eyed sailor, y'all! Okay, I'm gonna move on down here, and I'm gonna make a cheese sauce to put on top of these one-eyed sailors. So I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons of butter, y'all.
Would you turn me on?
There we go. I will so turn you on.
Ah, here you
Speaking
go.
of turn on, what you think?
No, I love it.
You do?
I do. I wished I had one.
You want one? I'll get you one.
No.
I'm gonna stir in 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm just gonna blend those together. All right. Now I'm gonna add 1½ cups of warm milk. And I'm gonna start that white sauce to going. That egg fit perfectly in that heart.
I know it.
All right. Now I'm gonna add just a little bit of cayenne, just a little bit, because Michael likes hot stuff. A little bit of dry mustard.
You want some coffee?
I would,
making this?
I would love some coffee.
Good.
I'll keep an eye on this pan. You make the coffee, that sounds great. Now, I'm gonna add a dash of hot sauce. Little dash of Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna have a yummy, yummy cheese sauce to go on top of our Toad in the Hole. Just mix all that up. Just like that. Now we're gonna add our cheese. I got about 1.5 cups of fresh, sharp cheddar cheese grated. So I'm just gonna toss that in, let that melt. Then I'm gonna come over here and look at these Toads in a Hole. Now, when my children were little and I made this for them, I would always take the center and I would throw it in the pan because I didn't want to cheat them out of any of their toast. All right, so here we go. Oh, look at that pretty toad in the hole. Yum. Those look great. All right, back over here to this pot. I'm gonna add some fresh grated Parmesan cheese, about half a cup, and I'm gonna grate up a little bit more. You know, if we're gonna have cheese, let's have cheese. I got about 2 cups of fresh, sharp cheddar cheese total. So we're gonna have a real rich cheese sauce. All right, a little fresh ground pepper. Look at that.
Oh, those look great.
Let's plate this up. Just scoop that up. Michael, you missed the first dish that I cooked, and you would have loved it. It was bananas Foster French toast.
I do love that.
All right, now look. I'm gonna give you the heart, and I'll take the circle. Come on down here now. I got us some bacon to go along with it. All right. Come over here. Now you can dip your cheese sauce. All right, now I'll dip mine because you know what? Truth be known, I'm just as finicky as you are. Looks delish, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Come on down here now. I've got us a fork. All the recipes that I'm doing are for a wake-up call. They're wonderful brunch and breakfast recipes. Gosh, I can remember my little children sitting down there in their chair before school and eating that. Huh?
It's delicious.
I almost thought I heard a little moan. Next up, y'all, Hashbrown Casserole. And then later, a delicious hot Mocha Float. I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all. I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. That was the only way I could whistle. That's y'all's wake-up call. It's all about the foods that just really wake you up and make you want to jump out of bed. So, a yummy hash brown casserole is in order for this wake-up call. Now, I'm gonna start with 4 cups of just a frozen shredded hash brown. I've got 1 onion in my pot, along with a little butter. Now, I'm just gonna add those hash browns and kind of soften them up just a little bit. And over here in this pan, I've got 1 pound of country sausage. But believe it or not, my pork sausage that I'm using is really kind of lean, very, very little grease. Okay, I hear those hash browns to go in now, and they're starting to soften up in those onions. All right, now move on down here. I'm gonna be working now on the bread part to this casserole. I'm using a French bread that I've removed the crust from, and all we have to do is just cut this in cubes. And I'm gonna need 8 cups. This works great with day-old bread or with some stale French bread that you've got laying around the house. So, okay, let's bring that up to 8 cups. All right, now we've gotta have a custard to pour over all these ingredients, don't we? Well, to make our custard, we're gonna start out by measuring 2 1/4 cups of milk. There we go. I've got 8 eggs. Give them a scramble. Now I'm gonna grate just a little bit of fresh nutmeg, not enough to overpower it, but just enough to flavor it. All right, a little salt, about a teaspoon. A little fresh ground pepper. A couple of tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Okay, so in goes our milk, 2 1/4 cups. Okie doke. Now I'm gonna be using 2 cups of a sharp cheddar cheese, 2 cups of fresh Parmesan cheese, but you know what? The more cheese to me, the better. All right, now we're ready to put our casserole together. So let me get our dish. I'm using a large dish, and I'm gonna spray this because I don't want that casserole sticking. Okay, so just that easy. All right, the first layer to our casserole is gonna be our hash browns. The next layer is gonna be our bread. Shove that stuff out of the way, and that's 8 cups of cubed French bread. All right, now, the next thing to come in is the sausage. Now, if you say, Paula, you know, my family doesn't like sausage, that's all right. Substitute it with a ham or even bacon. You know, I don't even know why you couldn't use a little steak, do you? You know, the important thing is that you're using the ingredients that your family likes. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? And we're just gonna pour that over our potatoes, our bread, and that yummy sausage. Looking good. Now the last ingredient is 2 cups of parm, 2 cups of shredded cheddar. Now on the shredded cheddar, you might want to hold back a little bit to put a nice fresh layer the last 5 minutes of cooking time. Just that quickly, our dish is together. We just have to pop it in a 350-degree oven and bake it for 45 minutes. Coming up, my hot, sizzling Mocha Float. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. You know, you can't have a wake-up call show without a hot Mocha Float. So the first thing that's gonna go in our pot is a 1/2 cup of cocoa. And a 1/2 cup of sugar. Now I'm gonna take my whisk. I'm just gonna break that cocoa up, and then we're gonna add 1 quart of milk. I wanna do it rather slowly so I can incorporate that cocoa and sugar. So now we're safe to just go ahead and pour in the rest of our milk. Well, now we're ready to pour in 2 cups of black strong coffee, because we're looking for what's gonna really wake us up. And it's not gonna take that long to get hot because the coffee was hot. We'll move on down here and check on that casserole. And hopefully it's ready and it looks delicious. Oh, it's heavy. Our hot Mocha Float is almost ready. Look at this. Gonna just dip me up a piece. Ooh, I can smell that Parmesan cheese, please, and those potatoes, and that wonderful French bread. All right, come on down, let's look at our cocoa. Looks just like the perfect temperature. I love this size cup. So in goes our chocolate ice cream. In goes our fresh whipped cream. A little dollop. And a little shaved chocolate. And then some little sugared chocolate spoons. This is just a semi-sweet chocolate and a little white chocolate. Dip our spoon down in it, let them chill in the fridge, and let that extra little bit of chocolate dissolve. Oh my goodness. And we are already here. I have probably waked up the whole neighborhood with all the wonderful recipes that's been coming out of my kitchen this morning. That is so good, y'all. The Parmesan cheese and the sausage. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if y'all enjoyed this week's full episode Friday, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, friends.